This book takes us back to a time long gone, to Berlin, nearly 100 years ago. It's a thrilling ride. Hi book lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna talk about Christopher Isherwood's memoir, Christopher and His Kind, 1929 to 1939. The literary maestro used to live in Berlin during that time, and his memoir takes us on a great ride into history. Christopher and His Kind is Christopher Isherwood's very candid and open memoir of his time in Berlin. He takes us with him to the party nights, to the queer lifestyle, because, like he says in the beginning of the book, his real reason why he went to Berlin was he wanted to play with boys. What's really good about this book is that Isherwood's writing takes us with him like in a time machine. I had the feeling of walking alongside of him through the streets of 1930s Berlin. It also showed how it was for him to be living in Germany as a foreigner at that time, who in the beginning didn't speak the language well. And it also shows the political climate that was in Germany during the slow uprising of the Nazis. What I found a little bit difficult was that Isherwood is the first person narrator, but he talks of himself back then in the third person. He will say, Christopher did this, Christopher did that. On the other hand, he says, I don't remember everything clearly. So this is a special literary technique that he uses, but still it's just not easy to comprehend. This book is really special to me because it's like being shown a snapshot of a very intense time in history, and also made me feel how it would have been to be living in a time when being a gay man was against the law. Also, Christopher Isherwood was a trailblazer of the queer community, because from the 1930s on, for the rest of his life, he lived openly as a gay man. And when this book was published in 1976, still being gay was forbidden. So he paved the way for all of us who enjoy the freedom we have now. It made me very emotional to know that Christopher Isherwood had the courage to be who he was in an environment that was completely against him. I mean, he came from a relatively wealthy family, but still he took a stance for queer rights at a time when he could have been prosecuted because of this. I also thought it was really interesting that he gave the real reason why he destroyed all of his diaries from back then, after he wrote the famous Berlin stories. He said because they were so vivid and candid in describing all of his sexual relationships as well, he didn't want them to fall into the wrong hands. Have you ever read anything by Christopher Isherwood? Let me know in the comments below. Or do you have another classic that you would like to suggest? While you're at it, why don't you hit subscribe and tell everybody you like about my channel. This has been Felix Kurt signing off for now. Stay fabulous and just the way you are. Bye bye.